Every major business decision, regulatory submission, and AI initiative depends on data behaving as expected. The question for an executive or leadership is not, do we have data issues? It's, do we see them early enough to act? We'll start by looking at how Actian Data Observability provides a clear enterprise level view of data health. So decisions, reporting, and AI initiatives are grounded in data you can trust. Next, we'll show you how Actian uses AI-driven monitoring to automatically surface risk and scale coverage across critical data assets without adding operational burden. Let's take a look. Before I show dashboards, this is important for business leaders, executives. Actian exposes data observability as an intelligence layer, not just a UI. Through our MCP server, data health, metrics, and context are machine readable, meaning they can power analytics, governance, workflows, and executive reporting. In this case, we're asking Claude, an AI assistant that can be used, or you could use ChatGPT or Copilot, to look at if there are any active data issues that could impact analytics or AI models relying on customer data. This connects data observability directly to things like AI risk. Do we have AI governance alignment? Is there downstream impact? Or is there a silent failure? This is meeting the user where they work. By eliminating manual status checks and ad hoc escalations, the MCP server reduces leadership dependency on point-in-time reports and enables faster, more confident decision making. This answers questions like, when you're looking at AI systems, do I need to understand whether data is trustworthy? Or how do I know that I'm getting the right answer today? And how long does that take? Now that we've seen how leadership or executives and AI can ask questions about data trust through an MCP server, let's look at how risk is minimized for executive oversight in the overview page of Actian Data Observability. So within the overview page, this serves as a real-time reliability dashboard. It highlights where data issues are occurring, how severe they are, and how effectively your teams are resolving them. Executives don't need more metrics, they need clarity. Actian surfaces actionable risk, not raw data exhaust. Instead of hundreds of rules or alerts, this page answers three questions immediately. Where is the data at risk? Is it getting better or worse? And what business critical assets are affected? Engineers use this to prioritize their work. They're able to see what changed and what severity. The overview page transforms isolated alerts into a unified story-driven view of your data. It bridges business as well as technical perspectives, giving leaders and executives the visibility they need to manage risk and engineers the insights they need to act fast. It answers questions like, when something goes wrong with your data, how quickly can you get a single reliable view of what's at risk and which business assets are impacted? If we look at Ask AI, at this point, we've looked at dashboards, we've looked at trends, but executives don't have time to always navigate between screens. This is where Ask AI becomes really powerful. So instead of digging through metrics, I can simply ask the question, what data risks require leadership attention right now? Ask AI instantly analyzes active or monitors or trends and impacts assets across the environment. It'll also ask you clarifying questions. The response summarizes which critical data assets are at risk, whether the issue is escalating or stabilizing, the potential business impact, and where accountability sits. What's important here is that it removes the dependency on manual status updates or point-in-time reporting. Leadership doesn't have to wait a week for a deck or an escalation call. You can ask the question in plain English and get a consolidated response in language that you can understand, and risk prioritize the answer immediately. The overview provides a single view of enterprise data health showing where risk exists and which critical assets are impacted without requiring teams to interpret raw metrics. The snapshot shows where things stand right now. Let's look at trends and alerts to see how data health is changing over time and where risk is starting to build. This turns Actian Data Observability from a technical dashboard into an executive decision support tool, giving you clarity on what truly needs attention now. Risk doesn't appear overnight, it builds. This view shows leadership whether data health is improving or deteriorating before it impacts things like financial reporting, customer operations, AI and analytics outputs. We're not checking if something passed or failed once. We're learning what normal looks like over time and then flagging meaningful deviations. For an executive or a business leader, this means fewer executive escalations, fewer why didn't we know sooner questions, conversations, and measurable operational stability. The value here is that Actian Data Observability gives leadership early risk detection and trend-based insight, enabling predictable, confident operations instead of reactive firefighting. Some of the questions this answers are how you currently get visibility into enterprise data risk when something starts to change, or how do you know data issues are building before they impact reporting, AI, or executive decisions? Trends and alerts provide early risk visibility into emerging data enterprise before it impacts decisions, reporting, or AI initiatives. Seeing risk early and critical. Next, I'll show how Actian standardizes monitoring at scale to keep enterprise data predictable and under control. This is usually where tools fall apart. Most platforms require teams to write and maintain hundreds of rules that are brittle. Actian flips that model. Out-of-the-box monitors are applied automatically, and machine learning continuously learn on data behavior. Things like freshness, volume changes, schema drifts, as well as top value changes. These 16 out-of-the-box monitors are automatically applied on every scan. And then from there, the machine learning has several different thresholds that you can leverage. So minimal rule writing, all unified in one single pane. That immediately reduces your blind spots and data downtime. Monitors run automatically and consistently without requiring manual checks. Custom monitors allow your users to have business-specific logic. Instead of asking analysts to define static thresholds, you're able to leverage the different types of policies, whether it be a built-in metric, user-defined metric, record validation rule, assign the impact, and then configure the threshold. And the value here is that Actian enforces consistent data controls across the enterprise without ongoing maintenance. So some of the things that our monitors answer are, how well is your monitoring currently maintained? As your data estate grows, what requires ongoing effort? How do you currently ensure monitoring is applied consistently across critical data pipelines? Monitoring itself is continuously evaluating the data against learned patterns and business expectations. So meaningful changes are detected without manual thresholds for constant rechecking. So we showed how Actian gives leadership a real-time view of enterprise data trust, early warning signals before business impact, observability that feeds AI, analytics, and governance, not another siloed tool to use. Actian Data Observability is an executive system of record for data trust. not just another monitoring tool.